Hello, this is Men Supporting Women, and we are here for another wonderful moment. I'm Eucharia and Kem Okafor, and of course, I won't be doing this alone without Mr. Lugard, one of the supporter of women. Mr. Lugard, we have something cooking today.
Very well. You didn't complete your sentence. One of the supporters of women globally.
Globally, yeah. He's supporting women, whether you are
Nigeria,
black, whether you are white.
Africa.
Anywhere. The color is not a problem. You support all, yes. Because, like you always say, we are human before we talk about gender. Today, we want to talk about how men can support women in their workplaces. Because this support system, we want to touch lives with it, every important segment. So how can men support women in their workplace?
Yeah, you've given a very nice intro that we are first human before gender.
Yeah.
And at the workplace, we understand there are several things that happens. At the workplace, you have both male and female.
Yeah.
At the workplace, we have management, we have board of trustee or board of directors, we have the senior, we have the junior staffs. So women work across all these segments in as much as they are employed. And I know of a particular ministry today that the wife and the husband, they are both in that ministry and they are both directors.
Whoa!
Fortunately or fortunately, the woman became an acting director before the husband.
Like seriously?
And that still doesn't stop her from giving the respect to the man at home. But in the office, the man holds it a duty to give the woman the respect as the acting director when he was a deputy director. In less than 6-7 months after, the man became a substantive director while the woman was yet to become a director.
Wow.
So why am I giving you this analysis? Life is a cycle. At the workplace, the man should see the woman as someone like himself. That life goes around. Things turns around. Tomorrow, the man can be on the top. And if the man fails to give the woman the respect because he feels in a woman, anything can happen tomorrow that same woman may become the honorable minister of that ministry.
Let's make it soft a little. Are you trying to say the man would actually say yes ma to the wife in the workplace?
Yes, of course, because if it has to, it's official. Home is different from the office.
Okay.
Yeah, but the woman being matured knows how to be able to manage that. Yes, of course. So we need maturity. At the workplace, the man should take recognition that he needs the woman to succeed. He should recognize the fact that he was employed the same way the woman was employed.
Yeah.
The terms of condition for employment, the same. And I think one of the key things that may differ in the process of the workplace, if it's in civil service or even the private sector, is when the woman have opportunity for maternity leave. And these days, we now also have paternity leave also, so that the men can have time to take care of their wife.
Nice.
So at the workplace, the man should understand that the same way he needs capacity building should also be extended to the woman. So it's about complementing each other. And so that you are the HOD tomorrow. So let me even ask, who tells you tomorrow that if you give birth to only girls and they cannot become the honorable minister or they can't become director? So sometimes we have to reason life.
Yeah.
That you are privileged to occupy a position today, that opportunity can also be extended to your own children.
Your child.
So while you are there, you feel this woman get away.
Yeah.
And you forget the fact that you are yet to get married. By the time you get married,
You
first
have a
born,
daughter,
you get shy, second one
deny
get
your
shy,
child
third one
that
you get shy.
opportunity.
Why you see most men who gets agitated and get so angry is because they know what they've done to some person. So they feel, oh, now when I get and so they will still deal with them. And when I say dealing, let me say here, we've had instances where some men will insist until they have an affair with a young woman or a lady before the lady is entitled to promotion.
Yeah, we see things
At the
like that.
workplace.
We hear stories
And
like
some
that.
I've also seen cases where a lady said because she refused to consent to what Oga asked for, she was denied travels. And I just asked, I said, I pray that man get pikin so that he will live to see his own daughter going through what he is doing to this young
But
lady.
some person don't care.
Well, posterity will tell. I've also seen a case where a young lady was transferred to what I call a dump site, where nothing happens. One of the worst places, just because he refused to say, Oga, I will go along with you.
Okay, but I want to ask, is there any possibility that in an organization, right, a woman might not be capable of handling the position of maybe a director? You know, is there any organization or is there any possibility that a woman cannot carry this position? A woman cannot just sit here just because she is a woman. They just feel that she might not have the strength. Is it possible that something like that? She might not have the strength.
I would say it's not possible. The president of Tanzania today is a woman. At a time, we have the president of Liberia, a woman. The president of Namibia today is a woman. We have presidents in other African countries. We have countries where we have female, like Malawi. The secretary to the government of the federation then, which is the secretary in council, is a woman. And she has done fantastically well in changing the economic landscape of Malawi. So we have women in different places. And here in Nigeria, we have people like Dora Akunyili that we are still praising today till tomorrow, even after her death, because of the landmark effort that she put into the establishment and the promotion of the work of NAFDAC.
So are you trying to say that if a woman comes out to become a president, you will fully support?
I will fully support. My vote is just one. All I will need to do is to advocate. There is no harm in trial. And I'm one of those who is pushing for it.
Really?
Yes, of course, because I push that and
Why?
I'm still pushing.
Why?
That we have University of Nigeria. And I want to say it here. The University of Nigeria was established in 1960. And I'm here to factor out, I think they said once, they've had a female as its SUG president. And I always tell people, go and push for more female to be SUG president in our tertiary institution so that they learn the process and be able to display it when they come out to the higher society.
Yeah.
And so when you don't have a female being an SUG president in University of Nigeria, then I wonder, how do you want to talk about the whole Nigeria as a country you want to be? So there's a disconnect. And I say it here with all humility. In the entire tertiary institutions we have in Nigeria, over 500, we have less than about 2% of them occupied by female. So that tells you what you see in our ivory tower is a replica of what we see in the larger society. Yeah. So let's go back to base. And that involves also the workplace. Thank God today we have more female vice chancellors than ever before.
Yes,
At the time, we had Professor Lele William, who was the first vice chancellor, female vice chancellor of a Nigerian university. But today we have more. Anambra State University, which is Odumegwu Ojukwu University, is now headed by a female. We have Professor Patricia, University of Nigeria, University of Abuja, which is now Yakubu Gowon, is a female. Audu Abubakar University is a female. University of Calabar is headed by a female. At the time, we have Professor, I know, if I'm right, Afe Babalola University was also a female. Yeah. And we have packet of private, some universities, private universities being headed by female. I remember very well article whose American University, Yola, was headed by a female, a foreigner. So we have more females now coming on board. So at the workplace, we need to also begin to benchmark more women coming into position to change the narrative so that they serve as mentors to younger ones that are coming. The space is there. And lastly, I'm happy to let us know that even the boardroom in the banking sector today, we have more women than ever before. Almost 10 banks, chief executive, are being headed by female.
At least Adora actually blew a whole lot of whistle when they made her the CEO of certain banks.
So it tells you that it can actually happen. All these women you see, they at one time be supported by their husband.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Lugard. Like you've always proven to me to support women. And you're not just supporting women because you just want to support, but because you want to correct some very wrong stereotype that has made us, not to be able to function well. And people out there should know that it's not about we being emotional, trying to say a woman has to do, man has to do. It's also about building better generation, right? Now, to your own view, how can we start now in our workplaces, like, because people are out there looking at us, listening to us? What can they do? Like give the men homework from here. What should they do in their workplaces from this moment, from today as we're talking? Men, directors, in your position, what should they do from this moment to begin to support and make women comfortable? We're not trying to give room for women to disrespect men. We're not trying to give room to say that it's a women's world. We are trying to build a nation where voices can be heard and appreciated. Now, talk to men out there. What can they do? Give them the homework.
Well, one of the first homework I would give for men out there at the workplace, be it private, public, development sector, NGO, civil society, first and foremost, recognize the fact that you are a male, and as a man, you are not complete without a woman. Number two, the office you occupy can also be occupied by a female because you went through the school process, just like the way the women also went through the school process. Number three, recognize the fact that as a man, you are also an husband to be. And as an husband, you give birth to girls, child, or female children. And as such, they will also grow to occupy position. And so, the woman or the lady, the young lady in your office or your workplace, see them as your own daughter, who tomorrow will grow and occupy position. So don't deprive a woman that position because you feel that it's from another person's family. And don't victimize the woman unjustly. It shouldn't be compulsory that you must have sex or have an affair with the woman before she gets promotion, before she gets transferred. Let things be done on transparency, equity, and fairness. And I will tell you, whatever we sow in today, will definitely reap from our children. When we leave the office, even while we are still in the office, I so humbly submit. That is my few contribution on how we can support. And if it involves things that the men will also benefit, see the woman as also as somebody who is a human being like you, that she is due to her entitlement, just like you. You are both employees, employed by the government or employed by your employer, and as such, what is good for the goose
it's also good for the gander. Thank you very much, Mr. Lugard. It's a very wonderful episode with you. Remember to subscribe always as we bring to you episode stories about men supporting women. Remember, we are human before we talk about gender. Thank you.